Hello everyone. When we first put the dirt down on the land, we looked around and we thought, oh, we really do need to build some walls around this because the dogs keep coming on, and you know what dogs do when they find a piece of land. Anyway, and yeah, we just felt like we needed to put some walls up, but my husband was not keen on putting them up quite high, and I wanted a full height wall as a sort of a security protection, you know. And I asked him why, and his reasons were, I mean, there are two reasons. One, he was worried that we would offend the neighbours, which is fair enough, because you know, if we put a big wall at the end of their land and across the back of the outdoor kitchen of the lady who cooks the pork scratchings, then you know they might not be very happy with that. So that was a concern. His mother had a falling out with one of her neighbours over a wall. The wall had been built very high. She wasn't happy, and I guess in her mind it felt like she was in a jail because it was very high, and my husband sort of said the same thing, that you know, a wall that's very high, it feels like you're in a jail. But we were left with this sort of problem, what to do, because I didn't want a half height wall. I didn't want that. I thought I want a proper boundary. Well, fate changes things. Well, there was a lot of rain, very heavy rain, and our land, being higher than everywhere else, just poured down the water, and it went all over the neighbours' garden and even into their kitchen, their outdoor kitchen. So they were like very upset about this. They sent us videos. Unfortunately, I don't have the video to put here, but it did look like they were swimming in about 2 or 3 inches of water. We said, oh, no worries, we'll build a wall. So we had the opportunity then to build the wall that we wanted, because the neighbours wanted to have the wall. There was no issue with it offending. The other concern that we had was on one of the boundaries, our land boundary line, where we are entitled to build a wall. The neighbour had built their outdoor kitchen where the lady was cooking the pork scratchings, and she built it right up on the line. You're not supposed to do that. And if you look in the video, you'll see that the majority of these outdoor buildings along our boundary are right on our boundary. None of them are meant to build within 2 meters of the boundary, but that's what people do, isn't it? They don't worry about that. They just build. We weren't going to make a fuss about that, but we didn't know how to broach the subject, because by building our wall we would have to break the posts that held up the roof of this outdoor kitchen. So we're like, oh, how are we going to deal with that? That is where my husband's mother came in. She is such a wonderful woman, so clever, and she's so wise. She's such a fantastic cook. I mean, I struggled to keep my weight down, because she just cooks the most beautiful food, and I want to eat everything. And she's very kind, but she's very diplomatic. She speaks some English, which is nice for me, because we can have a little conversation. She is actually a village elder in Don Muang, where their house is, where their family home is, the home that she built with her husband many years ago. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore, and I never met him. So, but she's like this village elder, and she knows everything. She went along to the land, and she talked with the neighbours for us. She talked about the wall. She explained about the problem of having to break their kitchen. She talked also with our builder, who we asked to do the wall, and that was the man who put the dirt on the land, which is interesting, isn't it? So he put the dirt on the land, then the rain came and washed it all into their garden, and they had orange water down their driveway. So he wanted to help to fix it as well. He wanted to make sure it didn't happen again, because he's a local man living on that mountain, and he doesn't want to upset his neighbours either. So, you know, we were all in it as a kind of like a community trying to fix this problem. My mother-in-law, she told me, or yeah, she told my husband, and he told me that she'd spoke to the neighbours and they're saying, well, look at all this, look at all this dirt and this water, look at it, what are you going to do about it? And she's like, well, it's rain. What can you do about the rain? The rain comes down, there's nothing you can do about it. Wise woman, you know. She pointed out the obvious, and they were like, oh yeah, that's true. So we got them and the builder and everyone on the same page with what we were going to do, which was build this quite big wall and break her kitchen, her outside kitchen. And yeah, it went really well actually. I'm going to show you the early pictures. I think also there's some pictures of when my mother-in-law visited, and put that on there, and when she sort of talked and sweet talked, you know, negotiated with them, and everyone was happy after that. Thank you for watching my videos. There are going to be some more. We still have many interesting things that happened on this journey to build this house. You might be curious about where I am right now. Well, this very lovely place is my rented apartment in Samut Sakhon, which is where I teach at a school here. Now, the big building right across there, that is actually a dormitory for some of the children, the boys' dormitory there, and they're lucky because they've got the gymnasium and a swimming pool right in front of their home. The school, I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you in a minute, but it's actually over there and there. There's two buildings. Buildings are the two parts of the school, and I live above a little piece of water here, which you can sit on the balcony and you can watch so much wildlife if you like that sort of thing. And I do feel quite relaxed when I'm sitting and just watching, because you get 3 otters that visit the water here. There's a kingfisher over there that flies across, dives in the water, takes a fish, and flies back again to its nest. And it's the most beautiful streak of blue. It's very fast. At the end of this video you will see the final wall. It's simple construction. We didn't want anything expensive.